Hi everyone, so this is a spoiler/prediction roundup for NCIS Season 10, Episode 11, Shabbat Shalom. This episode has been getting a ton of hype since September. Finally, a few weeks ago, CBS put out the official press release. Then last week we got the official promo. Sort of goes a little something like this. Basically, Ziva's outside and she finds this abandoned car and she opens it up and she's her gun ready and everything. And then she opens it up and her father's there and he's like, "What, no kiss for your father?" Now just imagine that with like a really thick Israeli accent. They show them talking in the car and oh god, Ziva tears. And she's talking to him and she's like, "Your sins are too great." And then it shows her dad talking to her and about redemption and all these things. After that, we get this scene of Tony and McGee and Gibbs, and they're in this place and there's this blood stain in the middle of the floor. And then the final scene of the promo is all the team members in the hospital, in the emergency room, except Ziva. Then in the 30-second promo, we get a few extra parts where it has Gibbs talking to Vance about how he's worried about Eli's visit. We also get a short snippet of Tony telling someone to call an ambulance. We also get Ziva putting down a bag, but hopefully that'll make more sense once we see the episode. We also got a tweet from one of the crew members that says, "Have fun and relax while you can," because that's not alarming. Theories! There's been so many theories for what is going to go down in this episode. I have a few of my own, but there's also a few that I've seen that I'd like to talk about because this is going to be a pretty big episode, obviously. The big theory: Eli David is going to die. That is the theory that I have the most faith in, that I really think is going to happen. I would be surprised if it didn't happen. In the promo, Eli comes back and he's definitely looking for some kind of redemption. Is it a final redemption? Maybe. Probably. Ziva's crying, and then the press release is definitely hinting at something. The next episode after Shabbat Shalom is called Shiva, and in that there was a girl and a man cast as a younger Ziva and a younger Eli. Most likely flashbacks. There are definitely a lot of questions still to be answered. Also in the press release for Shiva, I think this is definitely pointing towards Ziva, which is another big reason why I really think her father could die. I would honestly be very shocked if he didn't watch. He probably won't now. He'll probably be fine. I'll like walk off back to Israel. Also, a tiny thing, the cast list for Shabbat Shalom includes Eli. The one for the next episode does not. So does he die and just never come back? Or does he leave and is just not back for the episode? I think he dies. Oh no! I don't know if this is the last we'll see of Eli David. Maybe he'll live, or maybe he'll die and we'll get some flashbacks or some references later on. As of where we are now, I don't think it looks good for him. Oh god, this theory. The next theory is one that started out as an unpopular opinion and has been rapidly gaining popularity, and it's, is Ziva going to get pregnant? That is the question I've been seeing all over Tumblr, all over everyone's inboxes, theories, read mores, everything. We are supposing that it's Tony and Ziva and their child. Let me start by saying why this is a theory before I go off and try and dispel it. In the press release for Shiva, it talks about something that happens that makes Tony and Ziva add layers to their relationship. That definitely could be a child, yes. And then there's been some tweets that have been hinting at it and things in the season. Obviously, they're getting closer, but I don't think it's happening now. My original reasoning was that I didn't think Ziva was the kind of person to go and hook up with someone when the going gets tough. Then I remembered that she did sleep with that guy from the bar after her near-death experience in Recoil and whatever happened with Michael at the end of season 6. So That's probably not the best reasoning at this point. I believe and I hope that by this point Tony has enough respect and cares enough about Ziva to not let this happen. I sincerely doubt that Tony would take advantage of Ziva after her father died, but she's in this like really emotional state. I don't think he's that kind of person. I really hope that he would sit her down and be like, Ziva, you're emotional? This can't happen right now. I'm sorry. Maybe another time. I think that would be so much better, not only from a Tiva standpoint, but from a Tony standpoint, because that's some pretty pivotal character development on his behalf. A few years ago, Tony would have slept with any woman, and now here's this lady that's very pretty and, you know, very take me now, and he's turning her down because he respects her. So I definitely think that would be a very big move for Tony, a very positive one. Plus, I feel like if they did get together at that point, it would be followed the next morning by regret. If/when they finally get together after 7 years, I want to see them being adorable around each other. I want to see them trying to sneak around the office. I want to see McGee being suspicious. And I want to see Gibbs trying to like piece the whole puzzle together. And I want to see Abby be really happy for them. I don't want to see this was a mistake. After almost a decade, they blow it in one night. Don't get me wrong, I would love a Tiva baby as much as the next shipper, but I just don't think now is the right time. Next, what I talked about earlier in the promo, when everyone's in the waiting room, McGee, Abby, Ducky, Tony, and Gibbs, everyone but Ziva, they're all in the waiting room of the hospital. I have two personal theories about what's going on here. The first one is that Eli was fatally injured and Ziva's in the room with him saying her last goodbyes, getting some kind of closure. And my second is that Ziva was injured to some extent and then Eli was fatally injured and he's dead. But Ziva's just in her hospital room, you know, recovering, trying to get better. Before we go any further, I do not wish Ziva any harm. I just want to see how the team would react if that situation were to occur. How would they respond to that atmosphere if Ziva was in the hospital and would they talk to her, you know, how would they treat her? I'm just really interested to see what they would do in that situation. So those are some spoilers / predictions / theories / other random things I felt like speaking about. Tune in on Tuesday night to watch the episode, and I know it's going to be an emotional train wreck for everyone, myself included, but it'll be an adventure. Cannot wait to share it with you. So take the time that's remaining and emotionally prepare yourselves, because that's what I'll be doing. I will see you all again soon.